Right, I'm just making a quick video just for posterity, simply because, like everyone else, I'd like to see the Season 3 of Sonic Saturday AM actually happen, because, like everyone else, I felt it was cut way too short. Particularly after they'd done the cliffhanger at the end of Season 2, you really felt like it was going to progress to something else. I think the show is a lot more iconic and epic because of the fact that fans have had to come up with their own scenarios and possible scenarios of where the story could go. And I like the fact with the Season 3 story that they're doing, the idea of essentially the aftermath of what happened at the end of Season 2, because it's such a potentially interesting story, because they've toppled a dictator that has had an iron grip over the planet for 10 years, and if you saw Blast to the Past Part 2, that statement could not be any truer. It's the number of possibilities and scenarios of what could be told with that. I know Laura Blue is particularly passionate about seeing that story continue, like most of us. To me, and this is, most people know I'm a huge Sally Acorn fan, because I just like the way that the character was written, specifically in Saturday Morning. She was, let's call it for what it was. She was the real leader of the freedom fighters in that series. They can tout that Sonic was the leader all they want, but Sally had this. Sonic did too much of that and not enough thinking, with the exception of the Nightmare episode where his dreams were basically telling him, use your brain. But the thing I like, and Laura's been very candid and very open about her thoughts and intentions for Season 3, and like her, it's something I would like to see happen. I've said it very candidly, I think she's probably one of the best Sally fan voices that I've had the pleasure of listening to, because she's got Kathy's pitch and tone pretty much near perfect, but at the same time she's kind of making the character hers a little bit as well, where there's that sense of sassy sophistication in her voice that Kathy could do, and Laura, I feel, does that extremely well as well. I'm just going to be intrigued to see when some more progress is made and we actually start seeing whether they're going to be full-length episodes. I don't know. I mean, all I know is that her and a few other dedicated fans want to see this happen, and this is just going to be me telling it like it is. But I don't think any of the Sonic animated shows that have succeeded Saturday AM, I don't think any have been able to match the quality. I think when you have writers like Ben Hurst overseeing the scripts, with Ben Hurst, you had a winning formula, because he knew what he wanted from that show. I think maybe if he had been in charge of Sonic X, you might have seen a much better show script-wise, because with the exception of the first episode of Sonic X, the writing was terrible for that series. Sonic Boom is a little bit of a guilty pleasure, but I'd rather see something much more akin to Saturday Morning, with when I say a mature direction for Sonic. I'm not saying he's got to be out the edge, he's got to say, where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald? Not saying anything to that degree. I just like to have a show that has stakes and has consequences, because I feel like, boom, it's trying to be a 21st century version of the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, and it's like, you don't need to do that, you know, just do your own thing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what further updates come from the Season 3 staff and whatever Laura has to say specifically. I think her and Anthony Legato, how you doing, by the way, A-Log? Get, you know, particularly in Sonic GX, A-Log has pretty much nailed the tone for Antoine, because you know, the guy's a vocal chameleon. He's really good at what he does, and it's the same thing with Laura. I mean, she's got Sally down to a T. And I'm not a guy that hands out compliments willingly. You know, that's just me. You know, I'm a guy that tells it like it is. But you know, to me, Kathy Sose is always going to be the quintessential Sally. So if we were to sort of pair them, Laura's her equal. That's just me telling it. But yeah, that's just me weighing in on what I think, you know, I'm hoping to see from Season 3, because this is something we as fans have been waiting a long while to see. Because we felt like we had something special with that show, but because of, you know, the ABC president didn't like the show because it was too dark, which I don't think it was on Batman the Animated Series level. I mean, that's dark. You know, we felt like we essentially got the rug pulled out from under us, and didn't help matters at the time that, you know, Saturday AM was up against Power Rangers when they were white hot when they first came about. They seem to be going through a renaissance, call it what you will, because of the fact, you know, the show's hit 25, and it's just recapturing, you know, some of the... It's kind of like what happened in 2009 when Ghostbusters had its 25th anniversary, when the game came out for most next-gen consoles at the time, and, you know, people were starting to think of Ghostbusters as relevant again. I think Power Rangers is going through the same thing, and a lot of people are taking interest in Saturday AM again, as well as the character of Sally Acorn. Although for me, and you know, again, you know, biased point of view, you know, I've always found the character interesting because they don't really write female protagonists in that particular manner anymore. You know, that's just me, you know, calling it down the middle. You know, I've prattled on long enough. You got to give it to BW Rosa for the kind of support he gives for Saturday morning. I mean, like me, he's a huge fan of that show. And, you know, Laura, I, you know, really hope you do get to do Season 3 the way that you're hoping to do it, because I know you'll do Sally justice. I mean, I've seen and heard enough with your voice auditions and the performances you've given in Sonic GX so far. I'm just, you know, intrigued to see what more you'll give for that series. If Leo Hightower, when he gets around to doing the next couple of episodes. How you doing, pal? Good work that you do. But yeah, this is just me weighing in with my 2 cents on the whole thing, and yeah. Hope everyone's having a good day, and Laura, hope you're having a good day too. This is MJ Knight saying good night from the night.